Hello beautiful people, Losing Drea here. Excuse my funky looks. I've got some gray hair going on with a little short do, and I'm here at church doing my usual Thursday thing. And anywho, getting ready. We're going to be leaving here pretty early today, earlier than we normally do, going to Fort Myers to Dr. Bass's office because Hubby's going to be going for the sleeve gastrectomy either October 7th or October 14th. Things are kind of running along really quickly. He has Medicaid, which is an awesome thing because apparently they don't require many of the qualifications of excellence and whatnot through the hospitals and such as some of the others do, as well as other things to help qualify. Of course, he has many reasons medically, health-wise, that he does qualify for, and he's had all of his ducks in a row. He's been working on it since probably June of this year, and things are just going great, and they've been pushing it along, and he's doing everything he's been told to do and following everything he's been told to follow. So thus far, it's like pre-liquid diet. And I say pre-liquid diet because he's supposed to start the liquid diet any day now. They say you only have to be on it 7 days, which is kind of new to me because I know following many people in the weight loss surgery community, Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, Gastric Rose, Mama Rose, Quilting Connie B, Sky Moon, Melanie, all these people. And even people just recently, Leanne, I forget what her YouTube name is, she recently just, I think on the 18th, had gastric surgery. So I believe, a lot of them end up going on a diet that restricts them, for just liquids a lot longer than just 7 days pre-op, prior to surgery. So, pretty much what it's looking like. And I'm sorry about the camera going in and out. I'm holding it, and it's hot in here, and there's fans going. So if you hear any kind of humming, I apologize. And hubby's running water in the back as he's making coffee for the people that'll be coming here today. But yeah, there's a whole lot of changes going to be going on, and for me especially, I'm going to be more restricted now than I have been because I don't mean to blame hubby for a lot of my sabotages with my lifestyle journey here, but it doesn't help when you have two people who have an eating disorder that basically feed each other's issues. So, and ever since we moved here a little over a year ago, it was on May 31st was a year that we moved here, we have never really eaten out anywhere that didn't taste good and that we didn't desire and that chased us away or gave us bad feelings about going out to eat. And so we got a little complacent in going out and eating. I'm a little fidgety right now. My back's still hurting. My back's been out. It was 2 weeks ago this past Tuesday, and today it is actually Thursday the 26th. So I don't remember the exact date that was number-wise, but yeah. On 8/26, I think I mentioned in another video. I don't even recall if it was uploaded or not because if anybody's commented to it, I haven't seen it. I've been mostly just accessing YouTube and Facebook through my phone due to the issues of not being able to sit for long periods of time still, stand for long periods of time, so that's why I'm a little fidgety. My back went out actually the second time in 5 months, and how I know that it's been only about 5 months is because the last time was in April when I put down my dog. Had to be put down, Cody, the third to the last of the 4 we had. And actually Katie went on in April, June 1st, and Cody went April 1st, so that's how I know. I wasn't able to go with hubby because I was out, I couldn't walk, I was with the walker. But yeah, there's a lot of changes going to be coming, and just to give you guys, especially those who just might be tuning in to my channel, that you're not already a long-time subscriber. A little background here. My mother had gastric bypass, Roux-en-Y, with the 7 incisions where they actually cut the stomach and the intestines away from one another. April 14th, I want to say 2000, It was 2004? I don't know. She's 9 years post-op. This coming April will be 10 years that she's had her surgery. And she's roughly around 160 some odd pounds, I believe, and she fluctuates because she kind of eats whatever she wants. But she's one of those fortunate few that, I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but she can eat something and it make her sick, and she'll get rid of whatever pounds she might put on. Not saying it's the healthiest way to go, but there has been some sabotage in my house from the way I see it. From her, she will eat bread and butter, gob it on like it's cheese and cream cheese, and spread it like there's no tomorrow. And she likes ice cream, and she gets cravings for something sweet like a cookie, whatever. And sometimes she'll ask me for it, and I'll kind of give it to her and tell her no, not give it to her like give her what she wants, but yell at her and give it to her and say, no, you can't have that, you shouldn't be eating that. And then sometimes I just don't want to deal with her, because just like anybody who has an addiction, they can have a heck of a fit and go off on you. I mean, it's almost like somebody with cigarettes who tries to quit. Speaking of which, hubby has also had to quit smoking cigarettes because Dr. Bass will not do the surgery. For anybody who hasn't quit prior to the surgery, I believe it's 6 weeks prior. And for me, I'm hoping for him this is a lifelong journey as well, because I quit many, many years ago. I don't even remember how many years ago. I'm saying 13, 16, somewhere in there in the teens, I quit smoking cigarettes. Reason I don't hold myself accountable with an actual quit date with that is because it's not like, oh yeah, I quit and I stopped for so many years and then I started again. I don't ever plan on starting again. It's in my past. I'm leaving it in my past. I do not have a desire to smoke. I do on occasion, when I get upset though, do get a little bit of that desire. Or there'll be something like I don't want to eat, and I'll think, well, maybe if I put something else in my mouth. It's purely a mental issue, I can assure you of that. Just, a thought that I try not to entertain, like thoughts of fulfilling anything else that I may have in the past been addicted to and might want. So yeah, Mom had the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass surgery 9 plus years ago. I started a lifestyle journey at the time, I knew that I was 300 pounds. I could have been a little more, on October 2nd, 2011. And hubby on October 7th or the 14th, I think, depending on how they see his situation is going, will be going in for the gastric sleeve. That is where they're literally going to leave him with a banana-shaped tummy and stomach, and they're not going to do the one where they redirect the intestines. They don't need to. Apparently in 2008 they started doing these surgeries by themselves with no future plans of other required surgeries. But in the past, they did this particular surgery to help morbidly obese people lose some of the weight so that they could go in and also be healthy enough to do the more extreme Roux-en-Y surgery. So this basically bypasses that. And the way I see it, there's 3 different options, and why even have the other options? If you can do it this way and they find that, as they did, that they lose a lot of weight regardless and don't need that other surgery. So a surgery of this type, for anybody that's watching that does not have Medicaid or Medicare or any kind of other HMO or healthcare insurance that would cover, I know I overheard Dr. Bass's, I don't know what you call her, she's like his right hand, does the seminar, and she deals with a lot of the issues that go on. She's like a coordinator. Yeah, coordinator, and she says it's $15,000, and what that includes is the surgery, everything before, during, and after, the nutritionist, which is $300, which no insurance, by the way, that I know of or that we know of covers. So that is an out-of-pocket expense regardless. Medicaid is picking up the tab, otherwise 100%. Also, there is a need to go see a psychiatrist to get a psych evaluation. There needs to be a letter that's submitted to Dr. Bass's office stating that they feel that you're mentally capable of knowing what you have to look forward to with your new tummy, your new life, yada yada, and would you be able to handle it, and so on. Fortunately, hubby already sees a psych doctor, and so his recommendation and commentary letter is more than enough. It'll be accepted, and that is also paid 100% by his Medicaid, so he doesn't have to worry about paying for that. So it's just the $300 to the nutritionist. He's already paid $75, so he owes another $225, and he's got 2 other sessions with her in which to break up, I guess, those payments and pay it. What else? Oh, so yeah, it's $15,000, and then that also includes post-op, after the operation. There's like 90-day surgery, 90-day insurance in case something should go wrong. Typically speaking, I know hubby has the question of, what kind of fatalities or anything, or with the surgery, the success rates, so on and so forth. Now, there's a lot of doctors today doing bariatric surgeries of all different kinds that they probably didn't do in the past. However, there's more of them today that are performing them. I know Dr. Bass has been doing surgeries for over 20 years. He originated with a practice that he had done other types of surgeries, I think in somewhere in Philadelphia, from what I overheard, and then he went on into the gastrics, I don't know how many years ago, or maybe it was 20 years ago that he went into the gastrics from some other type of surgery. But anyways, we're going to meet with him today face to face, so we'll get to see Dr. Bass and who the surgeon is, and he'll go over some more details with my husband. But yeah, so there can be complications, and with any surgery there can be complications, but it's a less invasive type of a surgery as far as cutting goes, because it is laparoscopic, so that's lasers. But with anybody who's obese or even morbidly obese, like really morbidly obese, there are health risks. And I believe that is why they have all the details and the instructions and things before, during, and after surgery. And you have to follow them. They know, they're the professionals. So if they tell you you got to sip after you have the surgery, you have to sip for obvious reasons. There's a reason for that. So don't try to gulp. Try to sip. If they say chew, 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 then you chew, chew, chew. Like I said to my hubby, they are the professionals. They know what works, what hasn't, and they go through the paces with you for that reason. For anybody out there, now I haven't had gastric bypass surgery. My mom has, and has been a great success. Knowing her past, that she was unable, with a thyroid issue, a severe thyroid issue, she was unable to lose weight for many, many years of her life, going through different diets. And hubby, trying different things, even my lifestyle journey, he had lost some weight along with me, and then just quickly gained it back, and then some, as we all do when we go on diets. I decided it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change, and while I go out and I enjoy, I go right back to doing what I know works best for me, because I don't want to be 300 pounds again. Today I got on the scale, I think I was 228.2 pounds. Hubby seems to recall I said 228.1, but I don't think my scale goes 1. I think it does 0.2, 0.4, 0.6. But it was a point something, but 228, which is back down because on 8/26, I started day 1. It was a Monday, day 1 of my fresh restart program, and I was 235 point something, I guess. Anyways, so yeah, I feel like I'm back on track, and that to me is very important. So for anybody, I don't know why I kind of go off on a rampage and I start rambling. For anybody who doesn't think weight loss surgery works, let's say you have had a gastric bypass surgery of some sort or another, and you gained back all your weight, you stretched out your stoma, your stomach, you're able to eat like a regular person again, and you're back up or even over the weight you had started with when you got the surgery. And now you're out there kind of against gastric bypass surgery. All I have to say to you is I'm sorry that happened to you. Realize this is coming from somebody who is an emotional eater, who has an eating disability, an eating addiction. Unfortunately, like other addictions, we can't just put them down. We do have to eat, so it's a matter of choice what we eat. And for me, what I do is no different than what anybody who gets gastric bypass has to do. You have to learn how to change your lifestyle and eat differently. You cannot eat like you did when you were 300, 400, 500, 600 pounds. You have to eat in moderation. You have to weigh your foods, you know, sit at the table with a scale, portion control. You know, if you're hungrier when you sit down and eat a meal, don't worry. Keep it in the back of your mind that in another hour or two you can eat a little something else again. You can eat all throughout the day, like 6 little meals. You don't have to sit down at one meal, which is all I used to do when I got up to 300 plus pounds, was I sat down, I ate one huge meal, which was my dinner, and then I went to work, which consisted of sitting on my big old wide behind and not doing anything. So there was no motivation and no walking anywhere, you know, except from the grocery store, which I still do now. Because I got to say, I've lost over 70 pounds to date, and I really don't work out. I don't go to the gym. I joined the gym, and I really didn't like that kind of camaraderie of, you know, working out with other people. And I got really sick one day at the gym as I was going. I mean, I was enjoying it while I was doing, don't get me wrong, but I got really sick one day, and I just kind of got grossed out by the whole, you know, other people's germs and stuff. And I'm not like Monk or nothing, you know, the guy who doesn't want anybody to touch him and has to wash his hands after everything, but it just wasn't for me. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got. I got some people starting to come, so be happy, be healthy, be beautiful, but just be you. Be the boss of your own loss if you're on a weight loss journey, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Be blessed.